Longtime viewers of That Park Place will remember this story. We talked about it early on when the construction walls started to go up around the Rivers of America over there at Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Haunted Mansion queue. You can see that right here. Industrial fans and Haunted Mansion queue help beat the heat. Oh, I didn't like this story at the time. I still don't like it now. Now, here's what's very interesting about this particular story is we have an update. And what is the update? They've added more fans. Why? Because I guess there have been so many complaints.
Because we like you, MOUSE. That's
Indeed.
the only justifiable answer to why.
That's a fair point. This by Walt Disney World News Today, Katie Francis, October 3rd, 2025. The Haunted Mansion queue at Magic Kingdom has been updated to address a reoccurring complaint from guests. Fans have now been installed in the outdoor portion of the Haunted Mansion queue. I guess hung up as opposed to just sitting industrial fans blowing on you. That's great. With the current construction situation at the former Rivers of America and surrounding areas, the normal airflow to the queue has been blocked by walls. The issue was partially addressed earlier this year with the addition of large industrial fans temporarily staged in the queue, and those fans are still in place, and new permanent fans have been added overhead in the covered portion. The walls causing the airflow issue are going to be around for years during the construction of the new Cars-themed area at Magic Kingdom. Rivers of America and its attractions, Liberty Square Riverboat and Tom Sawyer's Island, closed permanently in July. Construction walls soon blocked off the area. You can see right here what these permanent fans look like. I don't know. Lou,
there is, a brand of fan for ceilings that people have in their homes and their barn dominiums and elsewhere. It's called BA fans. It does not stand for big attraction, but for something shorter. But
Yes.
you'd think they would invest in some of those because they actually do the job. But these were probably lying around the backside of the galaxy's edge, and long ago in an aerator far, far away.
Well, I can see the straps on there and so forth. I mean, if they're permanent, they're really something. And okay, so you have a little bit of design work, I suppose, but there's not the highest amount of theming or quality involved, at least that I can see. MJ, I want to go ahead and know from you. We've heard a lot of complaints ourselves, actually, from this queue portion of the Haunted Mansion and how it is unbearably hot. Have you experienced this new iteration of the queue with these walls here in place?
We were just there not too long ago. We didn't see if you want to pull up the photo of the big fan, I didn't see those, but the little ones seem like they're tucked in the awning. Are they tucked away in the awning somehow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tucked away in the awning there.
How much of a breeze are you getting? Well, those walls covering up the Rivers of America, you're not getting any breeze. So I can see why, but yeah, it looks like I was looking at the other photo you put on because it looks like there was a little bit of welding. So they might be permanent, but I would suppose that the taller folks would probably get more of a breeze than the ones lower to the ground. I don't see how we're gonna get it. I mean, they could do a better job. They could probably put something, more that would give us more. Well, how much power can that thing possibly hold? It looks like the size of the one that they sell that that squirts water. The ones that are like $45 in the park. It looks like the size of that one. No.
Yes, I mean, it looks very, very small. One of those neck fans that you would put on yourself, MJ? It looks kind of like that in terms of the size. It might as well be because they're very, very undersized, that is for sure. But this is a just a massive, massive issue right here because, this area was really meant to be open, right? And this awning, it's so interesting. In the earliest days of Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World, back when the attraction opened with the park in October 1st, 1971, it didn't actually have an awning at all. I guess the expectation was that the cool breeze coming in there, cooled down by the Rivers of America, would actually keep you cool. Then it was like, there's this thing called a sun, and that doesn't really, you gotta protect people from that when you have people in line for a long period of time.
There is just one moon and one shining sun.
Yes, yeah. They should have taken
the heat is hot for everyone.
But they ruined the entire ambiance of waiting in the queue for Haunted Mansion because you had a beautiful scenery that you used to be able to look at, and now it's just walls. I mean, literally awful. And people used to, not mind waiting in the line because you're looking at, Tom Sawyer's Island, the Rivers of America, Lady Liberty. You're looking at all of these, Liberty Bell, Lady Liberty, what am I talking about? The Liberty Bell. And, now you have this awful, and then what happens, guess what? Now you get people more anxious because the walls are there. You got these weird looking and fans. I mean, you're anxious. Now you're like, okay, hurry up. When is the line going to get moving? And you're supposed to be relaxing and enjoying yourself. It's
MJ, the anxiety is a part of the immersion. They want you to be terrified of the haunted mansion. Don't you know? It's all an elaborate plan.
Unbelievable.
Well, in a funny way, guys, this harkens back to a famous Walt statement. When the original Haunted Mansion at Disneyland was being conceived, the first sketch the Imagineers brought to Walt was of a house with the shutters falling off and cobwebs, roofs caved in, a real haunted house. And Walt said, "No, I don't want that ugly thing in Disneyland. We'll take care of the outside and let the ghosts take care of the inside." Well,
Right.
Now not so much, I guess. So.
Right.
Not so much. I guess they would much rather have Big A take care of the outside. to paraphrase what you referenced before there, Lou. This is not show quality. To have these small, very lightly themed fans, I mean, they might well be zip tied.
Well, if we assume that the owner of the Haunted Mansion made his millions in the Industrial Revolution, I guess they're sort of vaguely themed, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I didn't see that story treatment there.
Oh, well,
going over the Haunted Mansion history.
Put a little plaque on it saying this is the fan that made him the millions.
Hey, there you go. Now we've incorporated a story into the attraction.
That would mean that story matters. Silly me.
Oh boy, that's a fantastic one right there. Nolan, I want to hear from you here when it comes to this whole thing. Do you think that this is a suitable arrangement for people to endure, I guess, for the next 3 years at least, or would you prefer to see another solution? Please, I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, it's hard for me to comment on this because I know this is just a direct response to Bob Iger's comments last year about it being too hot in Florida. Like, I know this is literally the difference between the consumer making their way to the product. So who am I to comment on something such as important as this? Because Floridians, they're timid in the weather, man. Like, they need those fans there. It'd be nice, like, okay, more realistically speaking here, from my point of view, I'm like, especially coming off of Halloween Horror Nights, I'm like, yeah, let's go fans. Let's go full on, blood spinning fans, that's actually like colored water to maybe cool you down. But I think that would be a little too, graphic for Disney. But I don't know, maybe a little bit more classy type decor. But
you
I just
grim
don't think
spinning
for the
fans
long term.
to come out and spit in your eye.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
The obvious point is, when it's all finished, if it ever is, will the breeze from the rapidly speeding by sports cars be worth the fact that it kills the ambiance of the Haunted Mansion?
Ka-chow.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking the same thing. What are we going to
I wonder how long it'll be until, once the cars area is actually there in about 10, 15 years, give or take, once they actually have that area there. I wonder if they'll do anything like, maybe they'll have like the ghost light from Cars or Ghost Cars, and maybe they could integrate the fans because, the muffler system or something creative. I might be holding my breath on that.
Well,
but
they might want to put a flex capacitor on the
plan.
back, but that idea is flown already to the other guys. So
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I also think about like the extended queue area. Remember, that used to be closer to the water line than the traditional queue for Haunted Mansion. So it's like, where are you going to put excess people, especially when lightning's back up and everything like that? I just think about a lot of these things.
Wait, Vash.
Please.
You just answered your own question.
Okay.
With the price rises in the Walt Disney World, there won't be any excess people. They've solved
there
it.
you go.
They've solved it.
Problem solved. Hey, maybe those fans, they were actually going above and beyond what they had to go through, because
those will soon be some of Walt Disney World's biggest fans. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I think about the construction or deconstruction of Rivers of America, and we'll have more coverage on that Park Place. I can guarantee you that. But unfortunately, for the Haunted Mansion, for these walls and for these fans,
there's no turning back now.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.